Okay. Yep.
During a changeover on this case arrestor, there's a certain position you want to be at when you start the changeover. The position you want to be is with your opener arm pointing straight up in the air. Okay. This is your 9 o'clock position on your crank, but your opener arm needs to be straight
Okay,
up
which
here.
one's open arm? This?
There, you open the door here.
Okay.
These two arms right here. This suction cup here needs to be in the up position.
Okay, that's
Suction cup right here.
that right there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. When you're in this position here, you can pretty much set up all the other settings on the machine. You don't have to start and stop the machine during the setup procedure. Inside the machine, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that with your camera. There's a scribe line right here. Let me grab a.
Yep.
And these dots are your other score line.
Okay.
Right, Aaron. No, that's all right right now. I can see it. You see it?
Okay, you got scribe line there. I can see it on the camera.
Okay. That there is your setup line
Mm-hmm.
for setting up all of your cases, regardless of what size case you're going to run.
Okay.
Your front of your case is going to be here
Okay.
as your baseline, and when you fold your flaps over, what I'm doing here,
Okay.
you create the score line on the case,
Okay.
and this edge here is going to be on this edge of the material
Right
here
here.
on the machine. That dot
Yeah.
right here, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Threw me off there, Brian, when you pulled it away from me.
I forgot that was the hole for the reflector bracket.
Okay.
I told him wrong.
So with this here, now I start adjusting my adjustments for the machine. The first one I'm going to do is this rail here. We call this our left-hand rail.
Okay.
Attach your crank handle. There. And I'll do our.
I'll do the other one.
Sure. We'll drop the case.
Okay, and that's the left hand and next to the right.
Right-hand rail. There you go.
Just to the right here.
They want about, depending on your box quality, anywhere from an 8 to 3/16 of an inch. Generally, 3/16 of an inch is what we use for the amount of play you have inside here.
Okay.
Okay. That's your general rule on pretty much all of your settings.
So that's
Just
kind
for
of
case variations.
okay, out of square.
Yeah.
Which we wouldn't do that.
If you have these two set up, I can open up my case in here.
Okay.
And a little trick is just tucking in your front flap so the case stays open. Or
Okay.
tuck in the rear flap or whatever is easier. Next one I'm going to set is my top rail. This rail here. Once
Okay.
again, about 3/16 of play between the
Okay.
case and the top rail. See again, you have play, you have room here. You don't want this tight. If this is tight, you're not going to have room to tuck in your minor flaps. From here, the next one we're going to do is set our opener cup.
Okay.
And this cup here, you want it, once again, 3/16 above this rail. if you look at the material here, when the machine bends the metal,
Uh-huh.
it kind of gets a line here from where,
Okay, so that's
from where
kind
the
of
bend is at. That's where you want your suction cup to sit at. Just
That
loosen
prevents
these-
the cup from dragging on the case as it's going through.
Okay.
So when it lets go of the case, it drops the case essentially. Suck those in. Make sure they're pointing out so they don't jam into each other. And the next guy here is your rear flap tucker. On this tucker here, these 4 different lobes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see on there's a little indentation marked inside there. A little half moon on each lobe.
Okay.
Okay, right here. Oh, I'm sorry, I put that wrong. What are you looking
There
at? There
you
you
go.
go.
There you go.
Banger. Right here, there's a little lobe lobe right here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When this device pushes into the case, you want that area to be
Mhm.
making contact with that flap. That's your magic spot right there to make everything work.
Okay, on this particular one?
Yes, on whichever one works for this particular case. So on a large case, we were using this rear one.
Okay,
On one of these here, we'll probably be using this one here.
okay, about midway back.
Just
Middle
loosen
one.
these 2 nuts up.
Okay.
And it slides around, and we're going to probably use this one here, I think.
Yeah, that'll work. I think the one you had on was.
That one there. We'll try this one here for now. See, if that's so, then that works nice for you
You
because...
don't want to go too far back, because if you do, you'll leave an opening at the front and the flap will pop back open.
Right, you'll leave a void in here. But this is all the way forward. We're all the way forward for the large case too, right? So actually this is all the way forward right now too, so you might not have to
Adjust it.
worry about this adjustment. That's good, there's air still on this system here. So, we'll try that there. So this is our opener section, that's now set. The next one we're going to do, basically when you set up this machine, we'll start over here. And by the time you walk around and you do the compression ram, you should have everything done. So it's pretty much just one walk around the machine and everything is set up.
Okay.
You're gonna move your lower lifter bar.
This one should be okay.
That one will probably be okay, but
This one here
we're gonna move to the inside. You can see where your rail's at there.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to come to the inside, so we'll wrench that for you. And we'll move that to the inside. Just to make sure it doesn't hit when you crank it in.
You may need a short one in there though, Brian, from what we're looking at there.
Quite possibly. No, they would get 3 anyway, so.
Yeah. The magazine side channels,
Mm-hmm.
simply line up the inside channel to the rail here on both sides. A real easy way of making sure you have it set. Put a case inside here. Use that as your straight edge. Check this too. Also, when you're setting this up, a little bit of extra information. This chain right here, this edge of the chain,
Mm-hmm.
is in line with that setup line that we used earlier for the score
Okay.
of the case. So when we set the this magazine guide, we just put a case in there, and I'll show you. Get this. We'll set our magazine, put that score line that we already made in the case,
Uh-huh.
and that is the edge of this conveyor here
Oh,
for you,
okay.
for all your cases.
So that gives you the automatic line, setup line.
Put it right there. We need to fine tune after we get going, but that's
Okay.
From here, everything's set, we have room, we're not tight.
I got a score line on the.
That's score line on there? That's right.
Right here.
So on this beam, we have a score line here at the front, where the front of this case matches up to.
Uh-huh,
What we're adjusting here is this rear hook.
okay.
This hook is the device that brings
Push
the
it
case into the machine. The objective with adjusting this hook is so that when we move this case into the machine, it's stopping on that score line that we used earlier for the
okay.
setup. So we want to move this around so it's stopping that case in the necessary spot. It's just with a 1/2-inch wrench,
Okay.
loosen it up and then tighten it back down again. More straight edge, Brian? Need steady.
I'm steady.
So we're complete over here. The last step we need to do is our compression ram
Okay.
section. So what we're going to need for that is... Brian, do you have that 9/16 still? Almost.
Where was it?
And that is your other set of compression pads right there.
I darkened those scribe lines so you can see them.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'll go back over there in a minute. In fact, I'll do it now.
See a little bit better now?
Oh, yeah. There it
And on
is.
the walking beam too, I did that one as well.
Oh, okay.
For the compression ram, we take off this whole assembly here, the aluminum block and the two compression pads.
Should have done? Mark yourself a box stop on the rail. With the other
I
compression pad.
know where it is there.
No, I'm saving for the shop if they need an extra one. That was the one off the Whitney before we went to that new shop. So it should be.
Now this guy here, a little bit of information for you while we're looking at it. There's a wedge here.
Uh-huh.
There's a wedge also on the other side here. What these two wedges are the squaring devices on this compression pad. This is going to seal your glue, these two pads, but these two corner wedges are the ones that are going to square your case. So if you need to make adjustments to your case squareness, you slide these in and out. Generally it's this one here that we bring out because the case wants to always lean back.